nice.
Long boys blues, 1975. A YouTuber who's on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends. But Long boys blues, 1975.
Hey YouTube, Longboys Postman 75. It's a question down there. What's your trigger mechanism? When do you decide that, you have too many games, your collection's got out of hand, it's time for you to do something about your collection? I won't be the first person to ask this question, I certainly won't be the last, but this video was kind of triggered by something. But we'll get to that in a moment. I mean, it's an interesting question because apart from the obvious answer, which is size, because, logistics dictate that you can only have so much stuff at one time. Apart from that, it's an obvious answer. Depending on the individual and what their collection goals are, or, why they even play games, I guess. What it is they enjoy about games. The answers will vary. But basically, I'll give you a bit of a sort of history with how I collect stuff, like my DVD collection, much like my games collection, but not sort of my Mega Drive stuff and stuff like that. But we'll get to that as well. I have like a core sort of centre of a collection, like particularly with my DVDs. I have a certain number of box sets. I'd never get rid of my Seinfeld, never get rid of my Married with Children, Supernatural, Family Guy, stuff like that, or my Doctor Who. But I have a shit ton of box sets all the way around that, and at any certain point, I would just recycle them. Same with my movie collection. I'll buy movies, you come across them in cash conversion, cash generators and places like that, cheap, and even when they're reduced in supermarkets and stuff. I'll buy them because it's something I wanted to watch, and this is kind of key to what I want to talk about games. It was something I wanted to experience because I knew it was something of merit, but it doesn't mean I'm always going to keep it. So what triggered this video is, I did a video recently, a gameplay of Colin McRae, and someone left in the comments, you really need to play V-Rally 2, it's a really, really good game. And I thought, oh no, you know what? It is on my list. I did, or have heard good things about it, and whether I would keep it or not, it's one of those games that, I do want to experience it, which kind of comes back to what I said about DVDs, which is I want to experience it, doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to keep it forever. So I made a mental note that I must add it to the games I need to find so I can play. And then I was going through my games, mainly like tidying them up and stuff like that and stacking them together, because I got some new shelving use that I need to build, and I came across V-Rally 2, and the penny clicked, and I thought, shit, I've had this for months. And it wasn't like it was tucked away anywhere as such. It was, because there are pockets of games around this room, but not like, it's an Easter egg hunt or anything, but you know what I mean. Just as it comes back to logistics, you just dump games where you can, or stack nice, nice and tidy, I should say. But yeah, I looked at it, fuck, I remember when I bought this, and I bought it then for the same reason that I thought I wanted to buy it when I forgot that I already owned it, which is I hear good things about it and I want it. And that's, for me, the point where my brain says, you know what, I think it's time we had a clear out. So yeah, so I mean, what is it for you? I mean, I'm not one of those people, and this kind of came up in the live stream a while back, I'm not one of those people that wants a full collection, hence, my Mega Drive collection kind of technically finished. Doesn't mean I won't necessarily add to it. Doesn't mean I wouldn't necessarily add stuff to it either that I'll play and then get rid of simply because I want to join them. But never say never. But for the most part, it's complete. And I'm not one of those people that wants a full collection of anything, because I don't necessarily want to own a shit game. A shit game, I should say, to have a full collection. That said, whatever tickles your fancy. Taste is subjective. It's not for me to say something is wrong if it brings another individual, joy. But having a vast amount of games you could never play is not for me. But then you've got to look at people like Ninja Bear Hug, Stu. I'll put a link to his channel, the Doohickey, down below. If you don't know, he's go and check him out. Yeah, sorry about that. I openly admit I'm absolutely terrible at wiping stuff off my memory card. So yeah, one clean memory card later. Yeah, where was it, my thread? Yeah, Ninja Bear Hug, he's got full collections, but you've only got to look at it to see that he's one of those people that truly appreciates, enjoys and plays those games. I mean, you've just got to watch his videos to see that. But it's funny because I said I wouldn't want a full collection because then I would have to buy the shit games, that I wouldn't necessarily play. This is a shit game. I own that. There is a reason I own this. I bought it back in the day. It was part of my collection, when I first had a Mega Drive, and I bought it back then because it was cheap. But I enjoyed it, you know, I enjoyed it a lot. That's not to say, you know, it's a brilliant game, because it's not, it's shit. I certainly enjoyed it a lot more than I do as an adult, but it was important for me to have it as part of my re-piece together collection. Now, so basically I've had a massive cull of games, and I only had one a few months ago, but then it's funny because I'm not one of those people that will buy and buy and buy and buy games just to, you know, just because I can, or just because they're cheap, or, you know, just to make videos, because I very, very seldom do pick-up videos. But yeah, here's all the games I have culled. And this is now, with the exception, as I said, obviously that's my Mega Drive, my loose N64, some of my Master System, some of my PC Engine, some of my TurboGrafx. You won't see they're lying flat, but that pretty much, that there is not going anywhere. But yeah, this is what I've got left of my game collection, and this is across all formats: PlayStation 2, 360, Wii U, there's some Game Boy in there, but yeah, oh, and 3D, but this is what I've got left of my collection. That to me is manageable. As I said, taste is subjective, and it's not for me to tell anyone what they should or shouldn't enjoy. So, you know, people can have collections as big as they want, but that generally is the size I like to keep my collection. That and what's on the shelf, because that's manageable. That's something I know I will play. I will play, appreciate, enjoy, beat, maybe not beat, but certainly give it a good crack of the whip. So basically, a long waffle short, where'd I put that game? Basically, yeah, my trigger mechanism, it's happened before, and I certainly guarantee it will happen again. My trigger mechanism for when I realise I really need to do something about my size of my collection is when I come across a game that's still on my list of games to pick up, but I already own it, I haven't played it, and I forgot that I owned it. Because that, to me, at least, is alarm bells that your collection might be getting out of hand and you need to rein it back in. He says, because obviously it's not a massive collection. But anyway, I'd love to know what's your trigger mechanism, or what's the point when you think I really need to do something about the size of my collection. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.